Good morning and good afternoon. Why doesn't everyone turn their cameras on? We could all see you. We could all hang out. We can all engage, all that good stuff. And people like seeing people. All right, there we go. All right, look, happy Monday, everybody. Before you know it, it's going to be Thanksgiving. So, the analogy I've been using lately is the analogy of a highway. And if you look at business over the last couple of years, it was like a highway where all the cars are going 90 miles an hour, right? So like if you look at the representation of a 90-mile-an-hour highway, getting in is trying to find an opportunity. So it's like, imagine going in the right lane, trying to merge, and all these cars are going like this. And the reality is now, because of what's going on in the world, everyone is slowing down. So that means there is opportunity, right? And look, we want to get into effective planning. You cannot go into next year and not have a plan. But the reality is that this view that we have as an industry of business planning is completely broken. It doesn't work, right? Hit yes if you've ever made a business plan in your life and you didn't use it, you didn't follow up on it, or you didn't get the goals on it, or you've written the same thing on it more than once, right? I look at people in their business plans, they do it more to check a box than an actual strategic element, right? So the one thing that we have going here as a community is, number one, we're never doing things to do them, but we're applying high-level strategy to what we do. My goal is to teach you how to do these things. So anything you do one time is something you build upon. It's not a matter of just doing it to do it, right? So look, generally speaking, we write our goals and all these market initiatives and all this other stuff, and it never happens, right? Because salespeople are poor project planners. Most people that are good at sales are terrible at operations, right? That's just the reality of it. It's a completely different skill set. So what we need to do is re-dissect this process and essentially learn how to think through it differently. Now, will I give you a form to fill out? Yes, of course, I'm going to give you a form to fill out. We give you all this stuff. That's fine. However, I see Amanda laughing. However, I'm going to force you to do it in a way that's going to make you better. And this is better for you. And I'll tell you why. Who you become in a process is more important than what you do. And I'm going to program all of your brains to think differently. You will no longer think the same way you did, because what you did will get you what you got, right? You have to shift in this market. And the people that want to be the dreamers will have opportunity, right? I made this video the other day. We hired a full-time videographer, and I said, record, right? And I started by saying, what keeps me up at night? And it's all of you. It's the fact that just because of what's going on in the world, people literally have stopped dreaming. And that to me is scary. Like if you have a dream, I remember I had a cousin, he graduated NYU, and all he wanted to do, he graduated cum laude. He's like, I want to live in the city, be poor. And he's like, I'm going to chase this hustle till my mother beeping legs fall off. And I always reminded me in my life of like people that have entrepreneurial dreams and spirits, and they just chase stuff relentlessly. And I need all of you to get back into a state of dreaming. Right? Dream bigger, because guess what? All of your dreams are available next year because everyone else is stopping, right? And what if you've ever exercised, dieted healthy, or done anything, a marathon training, it's when you stop after you've been doing something, getting started is the hardest. Right? So everyone's going to go to Thanksgiving, and most people are going to be in food comas. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. Then you're going to have holiday parties and alcohol and all this other stuff. And today, as I'm saying this to you, you have a choice to make. Who do you want to be? Is that going to be you? Or are you going to be the person that builds massive momentum, implies this new way of thinking, builds a different plan? Because the reality is our plans are focused on what no one else is talking about, right? Who else is dissecting customer experiences and going through scorecards with them? Nobody else I know, right? Who here is sitting here focused on skills and how to be better? Nobody else I know. Right? Because here's the best part about working on us. We're a giant repository of information from over 1,000 different agents at Compass, right? I work with people in leadership. I work with sales managers. I work with marketing advisors. I talk to your AMs. We have all of this information. And what's the benefit to you? I know what everyone else is doing, so I make sure it's different. You're not going to be doing the same things because everyone is doing the same things. They all are. It's a bunch of goal setting bullshit that doesn't show up in your schedule, which means it's never going to happen. And no one teaches you how to implement the business plan. They teach you how to fill out a form. Sound about right? And then you fill out the form and you check your box. And I can tell you, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people going year after year and not hitting their goals and not hitting their dreams. And the difference is, it's not that you don't want to do it. You just don't know how to do it because no one's ever taught you how to think that way. Does that make sense? Right? Like, you must think like, wow, this is heavy for a Monday morning. Let me pull this up and let's get rocking and rolling. And I'm going to show you what to do. All of these sessions going forward will be interactive, meaning show up in a place that you can write and that you can actually take action, right? I'm going to show you how to build this stuff out together. We're going to start working on it. And then we're going to give you a sheet in the end to fill it all out. Because if you just fill out a sheet to fill it out, you're going to lose context. And the most important thing is you're going to not know the process. And once you know how to use this process, it's going to apply to all other areas. Ryan Garson, and looking snazzy in that suit over there. Let me show my screen. So I've essentially broken this down into 6 different parts, right? And I wrote this: doing what you've always done will get you what? Will get you more of the same, right? No one wants more of the same. We all want more. We're going to go back to this dreaming state. So if you're ready to make a massive shift in your life, you'll need to think differently and take massive action without overthinking. You have to take this stuff at face value, right? Because if you don't and you overthink this, you're not going to do anything. Overthinkers are always in the same place. People that are waiting for everything to have all the bells and whistles are always in the same place, right? Like, if I look at agents I know that have been at Compass for 7 years, they accept what's here, they get the best out of it, and they keep building on it, right? So here's the first part that we're going to do. If you really want to grow, you need to identify what has not worked for you in the past with your business plan. We have this doc from the morning session that we're going to clean up, essentially. So everyone scroll to the bottom. I'm going to put the link in the chat now, and I want all of you to write in here what essentially, this is a question or answer, what has not worked for you in the past in business planning? See, the reason why I'm starting here, right, is because if you don't know what works, what did not work, you don't know where to focus. How can you humanly know what to do if you don't know where you fall short, right? So I'll give you an example. If I know that I can't work out by myself and I can't push myself to intensity and that doesn't really work, then I maybe know that I need to either join a group class or get a personal trainer. But if I don't identify that and I keep doing more of the same, I'm just going to keep coasting. So let me put this in the chat right now. Haven't revisited business plans. I'll give you another Mel Robbins quote that's one of my favorite. I was an early Mel Robbins adopter. I was actually on her TV show one time. I lost 45 pounds using her 5-second rule. And, you know, one of my favorite things is that she says she says, you're never going to get what you want in life by doing what you feel like doing, right? It's never going to happen. Right? No one feels like doing a lot of these things. Most people don't feel like working out. It doesn't feel good to eat a healthy, clean meal most of the time. You'd rather eat a bunch of chicken wings with a side of French fries. That sounds freaking good to me, you know? So go to the bottom of this and start writing in it. It's going to get a little chaotic, but that's fine. We'll just work with it. And look, there are 89 people on this call and 26 people on this doc. So more people need to click the link. So the link is in the chat. So why a plan did not work? Write a marketing plan and review it. I don't use it till after it's done. So when we're done with this doc and a recap email, we're going to send you an email that says the top reasons agents fail in business planning. Get anal with what to do. It's overthinking. Do you know for how many people time management was an issue? This is anonymous hamster. Where do they get this stuff from? And if you're in a place that you can't go into the dock, I still don't have a business plan. You will now. Write it, but don't visit it. Being two-dimensional, only focus on money goals, time blocking. I'll give everyone one more minute. Putting a link back in the chat for anyone that doesn't have it. All right, look, time blocking is not difficult. Time blocking is a choice. Do you know what time blocking really is? Can I make time blocking really simple in like 30 seconds for all of you? Time blocking is the discipline and skill of saying no. Time blocking is the discipline and skill of saying no. There is no luxury service in the world that works on demand. And if it does, you have to pay an insane amount of money. And if you feel that you have all these unanticipated needs that require my time, start cataloging all of them so you know how to proactively plan for them. You guys can't trick me with selling real estate because I sold real estate for 13 years. I really very much do understand how this all works, right? So I'll go through 3 quadrants of time planning, right? Once you've identified something's important, that means it needs to get done, right? If there's something urgent, it needs to get done in a stipulated period of time. If it's urgent and important, that means it's stop everything you're doing. This has to get done now, right? So base what your decision making is based on that triangle, right? You can't build a scalable business if you respond to people all the time. That's playing defense. Look at it as like a football game. You have to score points to win. Now let's start going through the rest of the plan. Part 2, the customer experience scorecard, right? Now, focus on the area where you need the most growth, right? So put in the chat, do you primarily do buyers or sellers? What do you guys normally do? I was waiting for that split one. So do the one that you have the most, and if not, pick one and complete it all the way, right? The goal in the beginning is get your 1s to 6s, because in the end of doing this, you need to make sure that everything is operational, right? So go through and do that. Listen, customer experience is everything. You have to remember one thing: every single year, the consumers get access to more information and more technology that previously we only had. If you're not providing a luxury service, luxury is listening. Luxury is being attended to. Luxury is thinking of clients' needs before they happen. Luxury is a curated experience that's thought out and is repeatable. Do you have a luxury client experience? By the way, if you focus on nothing more than just this, your business will get better and you'll get more referrals. Because last time I checked, most of you guys have most of your business from past clients and centers of influence. And look, the other part is skills. What do I need to master to make the biggest impact on my bottom line? Listen, I don't care how many marketing campaigns you have, how many emails you have, your TikTok videos, your Instagram videos, all that stuff is great and all, but you have to talk to people to be able to win in real estate, right? So think about it. If you're getting leads, does anyone get a lead either online, listing leads, or some form of a referral from somebody? Of course you do. All of you do. So if you don't know how to talk to people, you're losing money every year. For all of us that are parents, imagine your kids came home and got the same answers on the test wrong every single year. Same test that they take throughout the entire year. What would you say? Oh, you need to study or practice that exact problem. Well, let me ask you all a question. How come none of us do that? So today, if you're a parent, you can either make a conscious choice to make a change. You could look in the mirror and say that you're a hypocrite. It's one or the other. Plausible deniability is gone. So I'm going to be very firm with everybody for these next few months. I have to put you into a place to succeed. So that next year, when we're giving you all this stuff, you're ahead of even the people that decide to join after, because you have a different foundation than everybody else, right? So think about skills. You need to be able to convert an initial call. You need to have a great buyer consultation. Sharing the market where they take ownership of it, that's a skill. Closing people, that's a skill. Dealing with commission objections, that's a skill. Dealing with unrealistic pricing, that's a skill, right? Talking about interest rates, that's a skill. All of those things involve words that you need to talk. Besides Justin Martinez here, and by the way, if you want to do role playing, reach out to Justin. Justin runs an accountability group. Justin's probably one of the best role players I've ever met in my life. From the time Justin actually was, the funny thing about Justin is Justin actually was my first client number 1. And when we had the lockdowns during the pandemic, we literally, you want to talk about being roasted on the spot? We had timelines, building rapport in 60 seconds or less. We'd be in smaller group settings and we're literally doing stopwatches, right? Like 60 seconds, go, go, go. He knows all of our scripts, all the objections. He knows how to do it. I encourage you to get to know him and join his accountability group, right? Justin Martinez. Justin, put all your information in the chat so people can reach out to you to join your accountability group. But here's the reality. How often are you practicing your skills? What you need to put in is, and I'll put this in the doc, master one skill quarterly. So now let's start tying these things together, right? If you look at your customer experience scorecard, what area based on your customer experience do you need to improve your skills? This is not rocket science. This is having a strategic brain. So hit yes if what I'm saying is completely making sense. You understand a different form of thinking and you're going to actually do this. If this is making no sense to you and you think I'm crazy, please indicate so in the chat, which is fully acceptable as well. Look, writing that same plan is not going to do anything for you. Everyone else is writing the same plan. Number 4, KPIs of money. How many people actually know their budget? Right? Budget, if you actually do, right? 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. I feel like an auctioneer right now. 4, 4, 4. Do we 5? Do we 5? Do we 5? Anybody 5? Anybody 5? Anybody 5? Hit budget. Come on, we got a 5. We got a 5. 5. It's in progress. Do I have a 5? Do I have a 5? You guys are 85 of the best agents in the country, and only 3 people have a budget. 4 people have a budget. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Remember that whole KPIs of money thing? I need all of you to get this done by the end of the month. 5, Brad, my man. So I need all of you to get this done by the end of the month. And this thing needs to sit in front of you every single freaking day. And this thing should scare you. Because guess what? Now you'll know the daily cost of not doing anything. So when I tell you to do the 5-3-2, call people, the compass agents, the handwritten notes, and you want to sit there and futz around and make a bunch of excuses, play on Instagram, write people emails, and just not be disciplined, understand you wasted that much money that day. It scares me that going into this kind of economy, that people don't know this stuff. We'll send this all in our recap email for the week. You have to know this stuff. This is the thing that's going to drive you every day. But by the way, like I was talking to someone about investing in coaching the other day. And I asked him, I go, do you know your KPIs? He said, what's that? I go, how much does it cost to run your life every month? How much does it cost to run your life every day, every week? And the same thing for your business. And do you know the total? They said, no. I go, most people, generally speaking, are running at a 10,000 plus combined rate, correct? I would assume so, right? Now, our special that we're doing, I said for the person, and all of you should have gotten an email about this. Most of you spend $2,500 for 6 months, right? It's $3,500 for the entire year. I want to make sure that everyone that's actually serious about doing something with their life next year has it locked in for the whole year. Remember that video we made about compass marketing and everything? That's what you're going to get from us. So like what I realized I have to do, just like you all have to change your thinking and the way you approach your business and what you have to do, we have to do the same thing. The one thing you'll find about me is I'm not a hypocrite. So for us reimagining what this looks like for you, it's like if we say, hey, send an email to your client and ask them to meet for coffee, we're just going to give you the email. Well, you got to make sure you set up a calendar, invite and put all the details. Great. We'll show you what goes in the calendar. You should send the confirmation email a day before. We'll give you the email. That's what this all looks like. But I said to somebody, if you understand how much money it costs to run your business and life every month, you can't afford not to have some form of structured growth, because when 2 of those months go by, it's more money than you ever think you're saving and not investing in yourself. Does that make sense? Now think about how many other things you need to do in your life because of your run rates, right? If you're like Ryan Garson in New York City, he has his real estate business. He has this very social media business. There's a whole bunch of employees in both of them. So if he wants to sit there one day and not do anything, he could get blasted on a coaching call because he just wasted thousands of dollars. Because it's expensive, right? None of our lives are cheap, and we have other people counting on us too. You need to take your heads out of the clouds. Now, number 5, goal setting. Really, what are our targets, right? Those are basic things, right? Now, the last one, and this is the part that we need the most help with. Who needs help scheduling and time blocking? Just about everybody, right? So the last part of this is we're going to spend several sessions on high level scheduling, planning. How do I think through my day? How do I delegate? All of those different things, right? Because here's what's important. The best way to ensure you do your business plan is that it's in your schedule. Your goals have to be reflected in what you do every week and every day. And if they're not, you're screwed. So here's how this is going to look. Number one, you're going to figure out where you failed so you know what to proactively do. Number two, you're going to do your customer experience scorecard so you know where to improve and how to make the biggest impact. Number three, you're going to identify what 4 skills you need to work on through the year. Remember, they could always change. That's number three. Number four, everyone will know their KPIs of money. So if you don't do any of this stuff, you know actually what it costs. And if you don't invest yourself, you know what you're risking every month. Number five, goal setting. We're going to have high level goals that these things are going to work into. See, I don't need real estate's an annual business. So when you set this big lofty goal of $1 million, you don't do you don't do $80,000 in commissions in the first month, you're mentally defeated. I don't need you to focus on goals. I need you to focus on activities and productivity. If you're active and you're productive and you have discipline, consistency, and patience in everything you do, you'll exceed all your goals. You are where you are based on your bad habits and what you do well and what you don't do well. Well, guess what? If I can get you to be consistent for 10 months out of the year, do you understand how much more money you can make? And then we go into scheduling. How does this show up every day, right? There's certain things you have to do every day. And believe me, for most things in real estate, if you call your clients back an hour to 2 hours later, you're not going to be mad. If you're paying for online leads, you best have a quick response time. So you need to understand and plan your day based on who you are and what you do. Does this make sense to everybody? All right. So in the end of this, I just want to take a moment. It's a month of gratitude and giving thanks. And I want to say just thank you for all of you. I always tell people we don't have clients, we have a community, and you all are the heartbeat of our community. Your success essentially is our success. And without you, we would not have any of this stuff. You inspire me each day to get up and be better and to do more and to show up because you all show up. It is so amazing how many of you show up every single day. Every day you show up to be better. You invest your time, your money, and most importantly, your energy into this. So I just want to take a moment and say, I'm thankful for all of you individually. I'm extra thankful for those that turn their camera on every day. So it's nice to see people, right? And ultimately, look, one thing you can see from the challenges is we're all in this together, and together we can always be more. And if you keep that in mind and you focus on the actions and the things that we tell you to do, we're literally looking to get business in a box. Just follow the directions, go with the flow. Live a life of gratitude, be a dreamer again, be present with the ones that you love during this time of the year. For parents, 90% of the time, the kids will be gone by the time they're 18. Believe me, there's nothing more important than that. And when we don't do the things that we're supposed to do each day, we have to give up on the things that we really need to do. That's when we start saying no. So everything you say yes to, every call you say yes to, every time you're responsive, just know you're going to have to say no to something that actually matters. So I just want to take this moment and just acknowledge all of you for being the doers, the dreamers, and just say thank you for the opportunity to be part of your life. Like truly, it's an honor. It's something I never take for granted. And I truly, when I say with love in my heart, I love you all. I love all of you. And I think everybody can win. I really do. And I think next year with our partnership and what we have planned and everything, like my dream has always been like, how can we make this so easy for agents that they hit a button? And now we're finally at a place that we can do that. We have 4 full-time staff members, 2 part-time staff members, 6 different coaches, and we're all going to get together and we're all working for you every day. I can promise you that no matter how much the market changes, we'll change in real time. And whatever you need, we want to give to you. Because, when you love somebody, you do everything you can to make their life better. And when I say I love you, whatever I can do to make your life better, I will do. So thank you for being you. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the trust. And look, go out, dream. I put a link in the chat. My team, please leave this open. It's for those 6 steps in the business plan. Tomorrow, we're going to start getting into it more. And We're going to start really going through how to identify our challenges, right? Tomorrow, everyone's going to talk about 3 to 5 challenges. And based on those challenges, I'm going to show you how to start thinking through them and implementing them into your life, right? And I will teach you all, you should not be doing more than 1 project a quarter. And I'm going to teach you all how to be great project planners too. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.